and welcome to the first part of the Investment Property Analyser how-to videos, restarting with the Deal Analyser. First, a few general observations on the workbook. Only shaded fields can be changed by the user. All white and title fields are locked and protected, so you cannot mistakenly erase the formulas that make the analyzer work. The various sheets are interconnected, so you never have to enter any information twice. You will find small red triangles in many of the cells throughout the workbook. Hover over to read the comments and explanations hidden behind them. They form a great learning resource. The Investment Property Analyser allows you to play out what-if scenarios, provides a quick overview of the potential in the deal, and serves as a permanent record for your accounts. So, let's take a closer look at the actual Deal Analyser. In the header, you enter all address details and agent or auction details for future reference. Then start by putting the amount of available cash in the field to the right of the analyzer. Let's consider a fictitious distressed property which is on the market at £200,000. Having done our location due diligence, we've discovered similar properties in good condition have sold for an average of £220,000. Given that we are running a property business and want to make some money out of it, we want to achieve a discount of 15% on our deal. As you can see, the analyzer has now calculated the maximum bid on the basis of the information entered so far. Note that in the cash purchase expenses, the amounts for the deposit and stamp duty have been calculated. If the maximum offer is below the stamp duty threshold or the property is in a stamp duty exempt area, the percentage applicable field will remain empty. Next, complete an amount for conveyancing and the sourcing fee if the deal was found for you by a third party. Complete the fields in other costs as appropriate. Here we are adding £450 for a full survey to be done on the deal. Keep an eye on the maximum bid, as this is changing as we continue to complete more fields. As you enter the variables, to the right, the analyzer will tell you how many similar deals you can do with the cash available and keeps track of your cash burn through the project. Next, enter the variables for the initial mortgage. If you are doing renovations to the property and you are aiming to increase the value, this mortgage will only last for a 7-month period, unless you find a product that allows further drawdowns after the initial period. Let's assume 75% loan to value with an interest rate of 5%. Next, complete the fields for the applicable fees. An application fee of £150, for example, and a valuation fee of £120. Note the switches to the right which allow you to add the fees to the mortgage. Possible for the valuation fee, though usually not for application fees. Note how the total cash purchase expenses change as you flick the switch. You could of course purchase the property with bridging finance. Set the switch for bridging to yes, and you will notice all the calculations relating to the mortgage have now dropped out of the analyzer. By default, the analyzer calculates lending on the maximum bid, or, if you have completed it, on the actual offer accepted. Some bridging companies will lend based on the market value of the property, most often at 70% loan to value. Additional security on other assets may be required. As in the mortgage variables, you can enter your fees in the fields and add them to the loan as appropriate. Note how the numbers in cash purchase expenses change as you go through the exercise. If you can find a bridger to lend you 70% on market value, you can save over 10k from your own cash pot. So, use the analyzer to quickly and easily compare financing products and how they impact on the overall investment. For further advance or remortgage situations, again, set the switch to yes. The property value defaults to the market value you have entered at the top of the sheet, but you can override this if you have achieved a lower or higher value. Again, complete all the variables to suit your circumstances. For this example, we will use the exact same settings as for the initial mortgage. Cash position after remortgage now shows you how much, if any, cash is returned to you on completion of the remortgage or further advance. Next, complete the rental variables as we understand them in the area. Remember, we still have not purchased the property. A percentage each for lettings and management as well as annual repairs. The insurance is a fixed annual amount. The analyzer allows you to calculate deals on multi-lets with different size units or several units of the same size. So, for example, you may be converting a large property into 3 separate units, 2 of which are 1-beds and 1 of them is a 2-bed. Let's assume this property is a single-let 3-bed property at £350 per week. So enter 1 under the number of units and 350 in the weekly rent column. Note how the analyzer has recalculated all the rental variables to monthly amounts, worked out the monthly as well as annual cash flow, and has worked out the gross yield and return on cash invested based on the information entered so far. Lastly, you can analyse the finances if you decide to flip the property out immediately after completion of the renovation. As for all the other fields, complete the variables to suit your circumstances and the Deal Analyser will calculate the rest. In the next video I will cover the use of the Refurbishment Calculator and will come back to this sheet to observe any changes. Remember, if you'd like to purchase the calculator, go to the link below this video which will take you directly to the payment page.